settlement requires the trade association to follow. So there's just another layer of compliance. That's why I always say, I'm not an attorney, so check with an attorney, but also check with your broker to make sure that whatever the attorney's advice is consistent with what the broker is legally obligated to do.
Yeah.
So it's always good, you know, we refer to you, you refer to us, and it's a good partnership. That's why I appreciate that we have such a good relationship, because I can say, hey, you said something that we're not allowed to do, or
yeah. So
yeah.
to peel back the curtain, Jillian called me on something. I don't know if you remember what it was about, but I think it was, gosh, maybe you do remember, because I'm drawing a blank.
No, I don't. It could have been
Let's say it was definitely something about compensation, and it was something to do with maybe a listing agent and what forms need to be provided, and you know how it needs to be disclosed. And this is maybe the topic we should get into, Jillian.
Yeah.
And you know, we'll do this disclosure. Every agent on here needs to refer to what their broker is requiring. In our views, these are solely what we think how it should be applied or could be applied, and Jillian's how you're running your company. But here's the situation. This is the one that I think most people are really going to have to deal with. You're the listing agent. You have a valid listing agreement, and then you bring the buyer. Jillian, just with that very broad hypothetical, what would you want your agent doing, and what's the bare minimum for an agent to do? And I know it also depends on what forms you're using too.
Right, of course. The flow of money and the conversation about compensation always starts with the seller. So we wouldn't have a buyer or a buyer's agent if we didn't have something to buy.